a very special day here at Memorial Stadium. Watson has all day. Hunter Renfrow, what a catch in the end zone for the Tigers.
Welcome to the Clemson Game Day Show. I'm Taj Boyd with my co-host T.B. Williams, and we're joined with our very special guest today, Ashley Pendergist. She is a ESPN campus coordinator and a member of AD Pod. Thank you for coming on the show today,
Thank you so much for having me.
And our new intern.
Yes,
Yeah.
new intern.
All right.
Very excited about that.
So, we always get started with the last game. And I'm super excited today about starting with the last game because I said it was going to be 56-3.
Oh, yeah.
And it ended up being 54-0. Yeah! I'm
We
super
needed
good.
that.
Yeah.
Great call.
So the game. What's y'all thoughts on the game?
I mean, that tackle Ben Boulware made when he literally lifted the guy over his head, that was probably one of the most insane plays I've ever seen in Clemson football history. And just having a shutout, and it being fall break, so many kids went home and staying there for that game, and 54-0, that has not happened in such a long time. I thought it was very impressive.
Absolutely. You look at game-defining moments of a game. Obviously, that tackle by Ben Boulware, that hit by Dorian O'Daniel to knock that quarterback out of the game, all those things pretty much summed up the day for Syracuse Orangemen. And I was glad that the Tigers rolled the way they did. So I'm very proud of the way they responded, came back, battled. Nick Schuster came out, performed very admirably.
Very well.
Came out, threw some dimes out there. So it was good to see the guys put it all together.
Also,
Yeah, it was.
Tanner Muse with his play when the ball bounced off of 3 players and then he caught it and ran for a touchdown. Just knowing how to do that, if that were me, I wouldn't even know. I would just be like, what do I do,
Yeah, it was number one.
Very impressive.
Very, very impressive. And, what shocked me, so the play was exceptional as it was, but his reaction, his ball skills, and the way he can run with the football, he looked like he played running back out there. So
I know.
it's surprising. I'm excited for Tanner in the
Oh,
future.
yeah.
Absolutely.
And Nick Schuster, he's going to be a hard loss next year, and I think we'll see some of him today as well. It's really cool that he's a senior, but it also kind of stinks for us because we're losing him and Deshaun, but
Right.
he
Yeah,
definitely pulled it out.
Yeah, he showed up when Deshaun went out.
Yeah.
He definitely stepped in and he accepted all his what am I trying to say? He led up to expectations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
He stepped up to the plate, basically.
Who did you think performed, outside of who you expected to? I mean, who caught your attention last year?
That was it.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that's what I was trying to say. I didn't get the words to say, but I mean, when he came in and just how he conducted that offense, it wasn't really a drop-off.
Right.
We still continued to score points, still, drove the ball. I mean, what did you think from a quarterback?
That's my old roommate right there, so I was very proud.
Okay,
So
wow, that's
so
so
y'all used to be
cool.
roommates.
we were, and Schutz, when we first moved in, it was myself, Quanta Christian, Nick Schuster. Nick Schuster was the only one that decided to put a lock on his door, so it was what it was, but still one of my closest friends, and I couldn't be more proud of a guy like that, to sit there, to wait his time, wait for his turn to come out and just, exceed everybody's expectations. I mean, he passed with flying colors, distributed the ball very well, was calm, collected out there, very inspired by his performance.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It was almost like Cole Stout a few years ago in the bowl game, against Oklahoma. We were a little scared going in.
Redemption.
And my dad, he's an Oklahoma grad, so we went in and he was like, we're going to kill y'all, all that. And Cole Stout pulled it out. I feel like Nick Schuster did the same thing. So.
Yeah, he came in, so that's a great thing. So today we're coming into Pitt, we're entering Pitt. What's y'all thoughts on Pitt? Have you ever played? You ain't played Pitt.
I never played
We only
Pitt.
played them one
Right.
time.
I mean, they're new to the ACC.
Right.
Pitt's going to come in. Pat Narduzzi's the coach over there. He's done a great job of leading his guys to heights that they haven't reached in a while. So they have 4 losses this year. Obviously, as you explained to me earlier, they were all ranked teams. So Oklahoma State,
Very
North
much
Carolina, Virginia Tech, and Miami. Those aren't bad losses. They all lost
all.
outside of the Miami game in between those 7 points. So you come in a team like this with nothing to lose. They want their bowl eligibility. They need one more game to get bowl eligible. And with the banged up Deshaun right now, they're going to come in and be inspired, to try to come away and shock the nation.
And they're one of 4 ACC teams to average 37 points in the last 7 games, which is very impressive. So Clemson is one of them.
Right.
And it's scary. And Clemson's defense is awesome. Ben Boulware leads it, and they usually don't allow more than 16 points a game. So I think Pitt has it out for us today. I think it's going to be a good game.
Oh yeah, I think we're going to slaughter them. But I like Pitt in the fact about James Conner. Like he overcame cancer. He didn't play last year.
Right.
He had led the ACC. I think he was like second or third in rushing before, or maybe even led the ACC before his cancer bout. And then he had a battle with cancer last year, beat it. Now he's back, and they were talking a little iffy before the game, like before the season, we'll see how he came in just killing it. Except for last week, he had 40 yards, but I think he's at 712 yards rushing on the season so far.
It's real, and you look at his story. There hasn't been a story of such since Mark Herzlich of Boston College.
Right. And
what that does to a team, only they know. So that's what makes them unpredictable. The mentality, the motivation behind it, So if you get a team like that with guys like that around them, and they come out inspired, they can come up and put up a really good fight this game. So Clemson's going to have to take their will early in this game and go out and just score in the first 2 drives, get the momentum, capture the momentum, and if they do that, then they'll excel from there. But if they make it a dogfight, which we don't need to, then it's going to be a closer game than we anticipate.
I think Clemson's turning into a powerhouse like Alabama, and everybody loves Clemson right now because they like to see the underdogs succeed. But 2 years in a row, and we are killing it. They're going to want to beat us. Everybody's going to want to beat us. Everybody wants to beat Alabama, and I think that's how Clemson's turning out, which is awesome for us, but it's pretty scary.
Right.
So.
But yeah, just Pittsburgh. The only thing I see with them is I know they rank out of 128 teams, they rank 126th in the passing. Like when you got the best quarterback in college football, Deshaun Watson, I don't think that's a great statistic for the opposing team.
Yeah, that's not the stat that you want coming in and competing against a team like this. And again, we talk about the weapons that Clemson has right now, and it's way too many that we can name off top. But again, Mike Williams, arguably the best receiver in college football.
Hunter
Renfrow, probably the most consistent receiver on this team. Artavis Scott, Reverend McLeod, Deion Kane, Jordan Leggett at tight end, Wayne Gallman at running back.
Ben Boulware,
you get a group like this, and an array of talent like that, it's hard to match that.
Very hard.
Right.
And after the ESPN analyst said that he didn't even think that Deshaun was going to be a first-round draft pick, I think Deshaun's going to show us up today. I think he's really going to come out. So.
Well, that's the thing. As long as Deshaun is Deshaun, there's nothing that you can compare to him at this point.
Absolutely.
He's consistent. He's stable. Emotionally, he's as smooth as they come, as calm as they come. And it's hard to compete against a guy like that. At the end of the day, the stat column should read only one thing, and that's W's. And he's done that since he's here. 2-loss record, really 1.5 because that one he was out of the game early, but you can't negate the fact that he's a winner at all costs. So Pittsburgh's defense, outside of the secondary, they're pretty stable up front, solid front 4. The linebackers are pretty solid. But unless they get pressure on Deshaun, it's going to be a long day for this Pitt defense.
Oh, yeah.
And I can easily see them giving up 400-plus passing yards. No doubt about it.
I just think it's awesome the way that our wide receivers work with Deshaun. You can just see the magic on the field with Mike Williams and Hunter Renfrow, who's a walk-on. I think that's so impressive that he has done so much.
Speaking of wide receivers, I haven't been paying attention to y'all because we got somebody who's joining the show. Jacoby Ford is stopping by.
The legend, the man, the myth, Jacoby Ford.
This is Ashley.
Nickname Speedo. What's up, baby? Hey, look, Jacoby just got back in town from Alabama. How's that southern part of the state been treating you?
Oh man, it's different, man. Everyone they see, they think it's Auburn. So I ain't trying to tell them it's Clemson.
It's only one orange that matters.
Tell them the right
A whole bunch of Crimson Tide. Oh man, it's terrible.
They give you a hard time out there?
Nah, they've been cool. They actually respect Clemson. The mainly part of Dabo.
I'm assuming that you keep in touch with a lot of the receivers on this roster right now. Artavis Scott. There were some marks that were made earlier this week that Coach Sweeney got into a debate about, and as we know, he backs his players to a full. But one of the reporters said that Artavis had a down year, right? He's having a down year, which is the most inaccurate statement that you could possibly make, especially when you got so much talent around, it's hard to distribute that ball. There's only one football.
Yeah.
And we got 8 different targets that can get it. So what is Artavis, how does he approach this game right here? Obviously, he said he was graduating, said he made the clear for the NFL draft. Does that do anything to the chemistry of this team right now?
No, I don't think it does. I mean, that's a guy. He's came in. He's put in work from the time he's been in for since his freshman year till now. So I mean, I think the main thing for him is just to take each game, just one game at a time. And I always tell him, don't get frustrated with the games. Like it might be some games where you touch the ball 10 times. It's gonna be some games where you touch the ball and you're not gonna touch it at all. So it just depends on how you play without the ball. So I mean, I know it kind of gets a little frustrating just because his freshman year, he touched the ball 50 plus times.
Right.
So I mean, and then last year probably at least 50 times. So I mean, like it's just kind of how it happens sometimes. So you just gotta kind of not get frustrated with it and just keep playing the game and just take it one game at a time. But I tell you one thing, I always tell him whenever the ball comes to you, just make a play. You gotta make the most of your opportunities.
And he's done that, man.
He does that every time. He's Mr. Reliable all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and look at our receivers. I mean, Martavis Bryant, I mean, he was with you, but he wasn't like the top receiver. You know what I'm saying? But he did his thing when it was his time to touch it, and still go to the
And
league.
it's hard for a quarterback. I mean, I think that, we would come out and put up 60, 70 points, and I was still disappointed in the locker room because I wasn't able to feed everybody the ball that I wanted to. There was times where Teron Peake didn't have a catch. I'm coming up to Adam Humphries like, my bad, bro. I'm going to get you next time. Because that's just the way the game works. But at the end of the day, you trust in your players. They trust in their teammates. Coaches put trust in the players, and you still perform at a high rate. Because at the end of the day, as long as you're winning, that's all that matters. Everything else follows suit.
I think it's awesome that all of those guys declared for the NFL a couple days ago. And I honestly think just because of that, it's going to make the team work that much harder to get a national title because they all know that this is their last year. And I think we're going to go all the way. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. Now we playing Pitt. Somebody used to work for Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to tell us something about being up in Pitt because you didn't play against them in college, but tell us one of your memories of being in Pittsburgh.
Well, Andre Powell, who was the running back coach when Jacoby was here, and I had him
at Pitt?
He at Pitt, yeah.
Is he?
I think he's still at Pitt.
Oh,
but he's
man.
a character. He can
guru
talk
right
more
there.
on Coach Powell right there. But I mean, Pittsburgh, the Steelers and the Pitt Panthers share the locker room, as well as they share the stadium.
Oh, really?
So we would cross paths with those guys all the time. Very hard workers. Not as much of a hard-working group as Clemson, though, I can honestly say.
Okay.
I don't know.
You read and die Clemson.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, look,
We all bleed orange.
people come with Clemson for a reason. There's not much around here. You're going to catch some cows, absolutely.
It's straight
It's
Clemson.
country, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you come here, you're going to succeed anything or exceed anything that you had expectations-wise when you come here. So.
Even
We're all
Kirk
proud of that.
Herbstreit said the other day he thinks Clemson's the #1 team in the country right now, and I mean that's very impressive coming from him.
I think we are though.
Yes,
I mean,
they all
Kirk-
love us.
Kirk's one of the guys, though.
Kirk
Yeah.
we like Kirk. The only one that gives us a hard
I had
time.
Marty
is Lee. I
told
don't
me
know
that.
why.
Yeah, I
Marty
don't
Smith
know
told
why.
me that Ohio State was the best team, and I'm like, look, man, I don't even know. Look, it's a long story, man. So at the end of the day, we'll all see when it happens when it comes together. So.
We will, but I think we're peaking at the right time. You know, Alabama,
We
I think,
are.
peaked early. They look better, I think, first couple of games than they do now. Clemson is starting to, for that, like LeBron. You remember last year, he didn't play a lot through the season. They kind of held him out, played the least amount of minutes. But then
They
when
don't
it
win
came time
that.
for
But they don't win
finals,
that series without Kyrie.
Right.
Right.
LeBron did his thing, but you don't win that whole. I don't care what nobody says.
We done got in the back.
I know we getting off topic from Clemson football, but we're gonna go to basketball. You don't. Cleveland Cavaliers do not win that series without Kyrie.
You gotta have your guys.
Oh, yeah.
At all.
Yeah, you gotta have your guys. It's a team
At
sport.
all.
Yeah. You gotta
J.R.
have
Smith
everybody.
came in through the clutch at the end, too.
He got a couple, but you don't win that whole series. You don't win that series at all without Kyrie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta have all the players.
Man.
JR can have all the points in the world,
Look,
but you don't win
get back
without
to football
Kyrie.
right now. Look,
I'll argue that all day.
as you know, and as I know, it's all about hitting the stride at the right time. Coach
Right.
Sweeney
That's
mentioned
what I was
something, and this is championship phase football right now, right? So you got the beginning of the season, getting all the kinks out. Second half of the season is where everything starts coming into play, though. So at this point, Clemson has to continue to improve on what they've done the weeks before, but not really pay attention to what they did the week before, because the only things that are ruining your life are complacency and entitlement. And obviously, Coach Sweeney won't ever let that happen with this group of guys right here. So look at the stride they're hitting. Everything's starting to get more into sync. Everybody's starting to know their role. And I'm very excited about the progress heading forward. I mean, honestly, I don't think that any of these games are close. outside to the playoff games, and anything can happen in football. But
Right.
I mean, you look at the other side of the conference. It's like the SEC East. It's just ugly right now. So
It's ugly.
Well, y'all know we got to get into them predictions. I'm going last. I got a surprise.
What?
Prediction, what do you think today? Or do we go over Clemson? I mean, I think we cover Clemson pretty much.
Point wise?
point wise,
Yeah, point wise. Pitt and Clemson.
42-14.
42-14.
I think we're definitely going to win by 2 touchdowns, but I've never been really good with predictions. So.
2 touchdowns, we'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay.
45-10.
Pitt beat us 34-3 the first time we ever played, 1977, and the only time we ever played.
The only time they've ever.
So I'm gonna double that 34. I'm gonna go 68-0.
Wow, that's bold.
Yeah. 68-0. 68-0.
Two shutouts in
I
a
feel
row.
like November
Yeah,
is
you
the time.
definitely. I see why you went last.
No. November is definitely the time to hit your stride. That's where everything's won and lost in November. And the first game of November, we came out 54-0. So I think we hit our stride. Like, this is the time Clemson is about to explode and do what everybody expected them to do from
Well,
the
that's the
beginning
thing.
of the year.
As long as the defense comes out today and plays assignment football, because of the deception that they have on their offense, they do a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of misdirection, a lot of motions. If they play assignment football, and the Clemson offense is going to be on the field all day long, and you can't hit the 68.
68. I think
68.
Deshaun's playing today, right? Because I mean, I know it's been
He's
tossed
playing
up, but
today, yeah.
everybody's been saying he's playing. So if he's playing, they rank 126 against the pass out of 128 teams, and you playing the number 1 quarterback in America in college football. 68, baby.
I think our strengths today are definitely going to be passing the ball and having our receivers catch it. So
Bro, you know what she said? She said Mike is dropping balls. He's having a down year.
he is. He's dropped a lot of passes
He didn't even
this
play
year.
last year.
Well, I know, but
Number 1 wide receiver in the country.
number one
I can't even
yeah.
believe
Times is
that.
calling you
if
out.
he's
Hey.
number 1, he shouldn't be dropping
I
passes.
appreciate y'all having
I
me
think-
on,
I think
but I have to run, guys.
Okay, all right.
I
Thank
really.
you. Thank you.
I gotta go pick up Will. Will just called me.
Okay.
You know, I got my duties. Dabo, you'll be proud.
All right. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank
And we
you
about
so
to call it
much.
quits anyway. Thank y'all for watching.
Ash,
Ashley,
I'm
thank
looking
you
forward to
for
having you on
joining
the
Thank
show
you
every
so much
week.
for having me today.
Yeah.
Turbo.
Speedo.
Nice to meet you too.
See you later. Thank you for stopping by.
Got you. Well, look,
I guess that concludes it.
it's a wrap, baby.
Ah,
Appreciate you.
Thank
Bringing
you.
the
Thank you for joining the team.
Again, thank you. See you next week.
Go Tigers.
Go
Go
Tigers.
Tigers.